obviously you're an stout businessman. I want to take it back to your early days. What was that start like for you? To go from, let's say, 0 to 100,000, 100,000 to 1,000,000, right? We were talking after my last podcast, and I go, making my first 100 grand was fucking brutal, dude.
Yeah.
I had no idea what to do. I've been in sales for 16 years. It took me 13 years to make 12 years to make my first 6-figure year.
Yeah.
And then after that, trying to climb up and double X and then 5X, and hopefully next year we can, maybe 10X. But what are some of the strategies you use to kind of go through those levels? I mean, now, and you can go through as many levels as you like.
Yeah. Well, I'll go back. It's funny we talk about this because I was clearing out a filing cabinet that I needed to move at my office. And in one of the drawers I hadn't opened in years were all of my tax returns going back to 1986, the year I got into the business. And I made $30,000 in 1986, which, by the way, I left a job that paid me 45 grand a year to get in the loan business because I love the potential. I love what we get to do. Yeah. And then I had all those returns. And so it was kind of a walk down memory lane. I opened my return and I went, wow. And then I made $65,000 in 1987. And man, I hit 90 in 1988. And then it was 89 when I busted through $100,000 a year in income. And I think for me, again, along that way, I had certain goals. I had certain milestones. You might say I put this flag out there, and I said, okay, man, everything I do is to reach that flag, to achieve that flag. It's like climbing a hill on a mountain bike, right? I don't look at the top of the mountain. I just look at the flag I'm heading to, right? So, as I got closer to that flag, what I did inside is I went like, okay, this is cool. I'm getting to this flag. I'm getting to this false summit, so to speak, on the mountain. So before I got there, or as I got there, I would start to dream about what's the next thing I want to do. And so essentially what I would do is pull the flag up, move it out, pop it down there again. And now I had a whole nother set of goals. I had a whole nother ambition of what I wanted to create. And then I had to map out the plan for how I was going to get there. So a lot of it, if you really break it down, is you chunk it down, right? The only way to get from here to someplace very far is one step at a time, right? And so what I was very intentional about was creating, goals that I could see clearly in front of me, and I could also see what I felt that they would bring me and my family, and then I would just have a unilateral focus on that. And as I found myself achieving them, I'd set new goals and move forward. And so, my first 4 years, it got to 1989, I hit that. In 1990, I opened my branch. I got to open my first branch. And I had certain goals with that. In 1996, I formed American Pacific Mortgage. And I could keep going through. There was, multiple milestones over the next, 15, 18 years, taking us to the present time, that, all represent me, once again, taking the flag, moving it.